Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I'm Amy Eldridge from Kaleidoscope Youth Center. And Kaleidoscope is almost 23 years old, established in 1994. And that's because members of the community recognize that our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer questioning youth really had a lot of struggles and isolation and not much access to key supportive services. It started out as a hotline, and pretty quickly the group that got it started really said these young people need a place to come, to have adult mentorship, to have a supportive peer community, and so our regular programming was born. Let's see. Whoops. Is this right? Okay, well, I can do it without the... Okay, so at Kaleidoscope, our mission is to partner with young people in Central Ohio to create safe and empowering environments for LGBTQ youth and allies. Now, LGBTQ, that for those that may not be aware, that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered. The Q often stands for queer and or questioning. Young people. So we have a center that we moved into. We just passed our first year anniversary in a major transition and move. And your group supported us this last year as well at a key point in our history in terms of expansion and transition. Our participation had exploded over the last 5 years from 134 youth in 2012 to over 400 in 2015. So while we just were bursting at the seams in our facility on North High Street, we also got the news from campus partners that had donated that facility to us in kind, that they were going to demolish that block between 16th and 17th. So in a major year, and now that we found this beautiful facility from 1,200 square feet in a space that I used to say was held together by paint to to a beautiful spot on East Town Street. What we do at the center Monday through Friday is positive youth development programming for LGBTQ youth and their allies. And so young people can come there and really find a warm and supportive community of peers and adult mentors. And that positive youth development approach is one that is proved to provide protective factors and resilience. LGBTQ youth are at tremendous risk compared to their peers of self-harm, suicidal behavior, substance abuse and addictions, dropping out of school, things like that. But what we know with positive youth development programming is that we can support and provide protective factors that really lead to resiliency and success. So we want our young people to not just survive, but to thrive in their adolescence and in their lives. So we have this community, really strong programming and wellness. We have lots of collaborations with organizations like Columbus Public Health, Nationwide Children's Hospital, Ohio State University. We are well set for collaborations for organizations that want to reach at-risk youth, and we have a group of young people at the center with a thriving community. So there's that programming we have in our center, our out-of-school program, and then we also have, we're creating safer, affirming space there. We create safer and more affirming spaces in schools through our GSA network. GSA stands for Gay Straight Alliance, could be Genders and Sexuality Alliance. Sometimes it's QSA for Queer Straight Alliance clubs. So we know through research these days that that creates a safer environment in school, and of course engages young people in leadership and project planning and mission development, all those things that really strengthen them in their own development. And we network them. We have conferences, youth-led, youth-implemented conferences for those GSAs, so they can, throughout the state of Ohio, share best practices and challenges, things like that. And we support safer and more affirming spaces in the community through community education. We do a lot of community education for youth-serving professionals on how to provide affirming services for LGBTQ youth. We provide support and consultation for parents. We have a very active, successful parents and families of transgender youth support group at Kaleidoscope. That started when we started a discussion group for transgender and gender nonconforming youth, and we had parents coming from an hour and a half away driving their kids in, and going down the street to McDonald's to have coffee. Hence, we started that family support group that's been so critical. So we know our young people can thrive, but adolescence is a tough time for many. And to add in this piece, if you can imagine through adolescence, what it means to recognize a core part of your being something that may face real rejection from your family, from your peers, from your teachers, from your religious community, from the very people that we want young people to go to get support. So we're there to connect them with each other, with adults, and with services in the community that they need to thrive. So thank you. Together, when I say we do this, I mean all of you too. I'm always moved by, and listening to each of the representatives that have come up, what we as community can do together. We really can be superheroes for others. None of us can be a superhero alone, but I think together we really can be for others. So thank you for being part of that team and that community.